Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to take a moment and share a thought with you, and let me kind of talk about the topic first, give you my take on it, and then just kind of give you some just some things to think about. In the public and political arena, you hear a lot of conversation about marriage and same-sex marriage. It's a social issue. You get your different, points of view from your conservatives and your liberals and the Republican Party and the Democrat Party and all these things here. And I want you to understand, and many of you know me, and many of you know my stance. I'm a born-again Christian. My personal spiritual views are completely biblical. I believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman. Now, that being said, I used to be of the mindset that the government should be involved in, I guess, enforcing this, that they should take some type of authority to uphold what many believe to be a biblical principle. And it wasn't until I heard Ron Paul talk about it that really, and this isn't a Ron Paul pitch, this is basically just some things to think about. And this actually goes back to the video I just posted about common sense. So here we have all these debates, and all these people, I believe it should be, between a man and a woman, and you're entitled to that view, and you're entitled to your view if you think it doesn't apply to that, because some people believe in Scripture, some people don't, some people have different views. But here's the very simple fact. Why is government involved in marriage? Marriage is a spiritual thing. It's a relationship not only between a man and a woman, but between a man and woman and God. From the way I view things, some other people might view it as a man and a man and a woman and a woman. I'm not going to get into that. My job, my purpose here in life is to impact people in a positive way. The Bible specifically talks to me and tells me to not hate the sinner, but hate the sin. Because sin destroys a person's life, period. Nothing good comes from sin. So just think about this for a second. We have a absolute corrupt, to the core, government. Our founding principles and what this government should stand for, I mean, it's near perfect to running, having a set of rules and laws put in place by man ever created. We have a 9% approval rate in Congress. So we know we don't like the people that are in control of the laws and basically that input things in our lives, rules, restrictions that cause us to live and do things in a certain way. Now we're saying to this corrupt government, you know what, not only do we want your take on it, we want you to legislate how we're supposed to live our lives. And understand again, I come from a thought process and a spiritual foundation that marriage is and should be between a man and a woman. I just do not believe that the government shouldn't even be involved in marriage, let alone should be defining what marriage is, because it's not their role. It's just like anything else. If a person commits a sin, that has nothing to do between a man and a man and woman. That is an offense to God. You bring that to God. You apologize to God. Where have we gone so far off the tracks that we believe, or we even want, the corrupt individuals running the world to have a say in every single aspect of our lives? It's about liberty. It's about freedom. It's about choices. And as long as we're not imposing things on other people's lives that are causing them harm, then you should have the ability to choose for yourself what you decide to do, period. And that's what our founding fathers put in place. And just think about this when I want him because he's pro-life. Well, okay, great, I'm pro-life as well. Sorry about that, not pro-life. That's a whole different thing. That's murder. I don't know how you can categorize it in any other way, but I want him because he's for marriage between a man and a woman. But what gives him the authority to tell a man, woman, whatever, that they have to do something and live a life a certain way? That's just not what our founders intended. And as far as I'm concerned, that's not what God intended. God himself doesn't even impose on your free will. I mean, think about that. He does not impose on free will. Otherwise, we would all serve him. He'd be like, well, I'm going to make people and they're going to serve me. The whole point of us having the choice is that if we so choose to seek God out in our lives, then it's a mutual relationship. But men can come along or women can come along and say that you have to do this or that with your life. No. Just think about things, guys. It's common sense. Do you want legislators telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing with your own private life? They're not supposed to be in our bedrooms. They're not supposed to be in our families. I mean, you want somebody corrupt telling you how you should or shouldn't raise your kid or what you should or shouldn't be teaching your kid? Again, unless you're causing physical, emotional, or mental harm to somebody. So, just a thought. Take it for what it's worth. You may or may not agree, and that's okay. That's okay. That's the beauty of this country, and God, I hope we stay that way.